So welcome back to my channel. This is Dom and another update on my Cleve-Berg project. So we're progressing really nicely, got plenty of figures done. Time to do a few officers, I think. So these are peri-metal French officers. I think this is, I'll have to put in the, I think they're the ADCs. I can't remember. I'll have to put it in the underneath the video. Just because I thought they were lovely figures. That's a beautiful. It's a really awesomely sculpted officer there with his sword drawn, mounted on his horse. This guy's infantry colonel. I'm going to call him. He's looking back towards his regiment saying, "Come on boys, move forward." And this guy's got his sabre out and he means business. So that's the three of them. This is also this is going to be one of the junior officers I'm going to use with the sharp practice particularly, or maybe, yeah, probably, or maybe he's be an officer. I don't know, could turn him into an officer of the Voltigeurs, but I think he's going to be a junior officer for the battalions. He's he's my first attempt at a conversion using green stuff. I've never used green stuff before, so I realised with the infantry battalion with the peri figures, you only get a couple of officer poses within it, and I wanted another one, so I took one of the standard figures, and they have a big ridge in their back where you put the backpack on. Let me show you. Oops. So on these figures you can see this backpack is a separate piece, and this whole thing, including the tails of the coat, are all attached, and you slot it into the ridge in the back of the figure, which means when you haven't got it there, it's got a great big ridge, but also the back's quite narrow. So I basically took there was an option for a different coat tails for the officer that there is in the pack, so I cut that off and basically stuck that down, and then used, not too well actually, I've just noticed, it's a bit clunky, but we'll have a bit of a trim. Used a bit of green stuff just to sort of mould that in and remove the hole that was there. It's not the best work, but it'll do. He can be Igor. So anyway, that's that. So he'll be a useful addition to the force. So it's the first time I've really used black stuff, so it's going to be black stuff, green stuff. So I'm just fiddling now. Anyway, we're back with a bit more painting of these fellas. All right, that's the officers well advanced. I didn't show too many of the early stages because it's pretty much the same as I've done with every other Berg uniform, so just that sort of drag brushing effect of a white colour over the base colour of light grey that I've been using. The horse is contrast painted. I think this is the Grunter fur, whichever one that one is, which gives you that sort of really nice chestnutty colour. This one's the Basilicum grey. That was another Grunter fur, I think. And yeah, I like the colours of those. They come out really nicely. This officer, he's actually got a little medal on his chest, which is a nice little touch. Just done the standard staff officer type colour they wore. Had a lot of gold on them, like a lot of officers do. White coats, light blue tailbacks, etc., etc. So he's done. There's another staff officer there. Quite pleased with him. I think he's come out pretty well. Sorry if I'm a bit high on the camera there. This guy here looking back over his horse. Again, three of them there, nicely, will be nicely nice additions for my force, and then a foot commander who's my sort of well, I wouldn't go as far as to say that he was a kit bash. He was my botched attempt to try and chop an infantryman down, so I had an extra foot officer. So that's him ready to go. So they've basically been done, largely done. They just now need the wash over the top, the basing done, and then the varnish and a bit of dry brushing, and then they'll be ready for the field too. So we'll be back when we're ready with that. We again. Why did I say we? I'll be back when I've finished them. How about that? Okay, so there's the latest with these officers. Oh, a bit of hair on there. He's had basically all the colours done on him, and the wash applied across the figure, and then sprayed with Army Painter matte satin or matte varnish. It is, isn't it? And I think he's actually pretty good. He's pretty much done. Just going to make up the bases. There's the other officer there. And the third. Yeah, quite happy with how they come out. There's the foot officer who I created. Not the best job I did of... in fact, I'm not even going to show you the back of that because it's pretty horrible. Anyway, that's them done. What I'm going to do next is just... do a little bit of dry brushing over the top, just to, actually these haven't gone too shiny, but just to take some of the shine off the figure, and also add a little bit extra to the, I was going to say to the white. They don't really need it. Might just do, I'll do a very fine dry brush anyway, because I just think it gives it a nice feel after the figure. Make up the bases, and these babies is done. And so there you go, that's them finished off. Just a light dry brushing of off-white. Just to sort of take off some of the shine and just emphasize some of the edging, which I quite like the effect of when it's at distance on the table. Basing's just exactly the same. I do it every time. People always comment, oh, I like your basing and what have you, and I think, well, it's just so damn simple, and it's just because I'm lazy and I can't be bothered to make it up with all the plaster and what have you. So this is just, as I've shown many times, just PVA glue slathered all over the MDF bases and the metal bases, the bases the figure has, and just dunked in Luke's APS basing material. Let it set. When I varnish the figure, I've done the basing initially, and then the combination of the glue and then the varnish over the top just sets the flock really nicely. And then just to hide the little undulations where you can still see the bases coming through, I just use various tufts just to sort of build up the base. And I think the effect, I'm quite happy with the effect. I think it works really nicely. And clearly people seem to like it as well, so that's all good. But there you go, that's 3 cavalry or 3 mounted officers and 1 Hunchback of Notre Dame bastardized version that I did here. I can't believe how badly I did this. I don't do conversions, and really looking at that figure I probably shouldn't do any more conversions, because he definitely looks like he's got one of those skiers backboards on. Never mind, I will get better. Practice makes perfect. So he can just be a temporary officer until I can replace him with something better. But yeah, 4 officers to join my Cleve-Berg formation. And overall, apart from the infantry, or apart from the foot one, actually pretty happy with how these have come out. There you go. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. And hope you're doing well. Hope you're staying safe. Hope your projects are coming along well. And hope you're getting some gaming in. I certainly am, and enjoying it immensely. Anyway, stay safe. This is Dom signing out. See you again soon. Bye.